Alright, so let's get started on a Digimon Season 2 anime review. Okay, so I guess we break down characters. One thing I really did like about this season is that it ties in with the season previous of it, Season 1, it ties into that with, like, the Season 1 Digidestin team do exist in Season 2 and do make appearances every so often. I have to say, for the most part, I was kind of like little bit let down with like where the original season's characters kind of turned out and like where they are, what they're doing. Like Matt and Ty and Izzy get the most screen time out of all of the original season characters. So yeah, let's start. Oh wait, I gotta talk about something that was really disappointing for a lot of fans. Well, at least now that we're all grown up and no longer kids, and we think back on it, it's like, why did Matt and Sora end up together? I mean, well, not photos of them still as kids, but I mean, why did they end up together? I'm a little confused on that one, because I mean, yeah, sure, Matt was there for her in that cave place where like the darkness, whatever, was taken over. Did they ever actually explain that very well? I don't think. But I mean, yeah, sure, Matt did that for you, but Ty just prevented you from falling into a bottomless pit of pure evil or something or whatever early on in the series. So I don't know. I guess now looking back on it, I think like, I mean, Ty and Sora just makes more sense, I guess. And I guess that's all really I can say on that. So I guess we move on to the characters of the new series. Of this series, I mean, like, the characters from this series, the new Digidestins and the Digimon partner. So for the start off, we only literally get 3 new Digimon and 3 new Digidestins. Vmon and Hawkmon and Arzomon are the 3 new Digimon partners. And I have to say, I really do like them. I really do like their personalities. Because they actually have personalities. It also helps that V1 is pretty much like my most favorite Digimon of all time. But, yeah. So Patamon and Gatomon obviously, are in that photo, and that's because they end up being a part of the new Digimon crew. And my only real problem with the team, was Patamon and TK. Patamon, because I don't know. I think he just he doesn't really have that much of a definitive character. I don't know. I just don't like him in this. I find him to be kind of actually annoying most of the time. As for TK, if you don't know by now, TK is my least favorite Digidestin of all time. He is. I mean, just I can't stand him, and especially not in this one. I don't know how, but I think he's more annoying and unlikable in this season despite being older now than he was in the first season when he was just that annoying little bratty kid brother of Matt's. But I don't know, I think my main problem with him in this one is that he kind of acts sort of like that rival of Davis's, one of the new Digidestin, and I, I just I just think he's annoying, really, and kind of bland. Like, he doesn't have much of a personality. And Davis, who pretty much has this awesome personality, I just like, he doesn't work well off of the other members of the team. TK doesn't work well with the other members of the team. Work off them well. So yeah, he's my least favorite character from this one. So yeah. Far as Kari and Gatamon go in this, I do actually like Kari and Gatamon in this one. Kari's kind of like not as bland as she was in the first season. I mean, she's not like the best character in the show by far. She does have more of a role, really, and like she's actually important. Like, remember, my main problem, really, now looking back on it with Kari in the first season was they built her up in that 8th child arc, the Myotismon arc, really, and then after that she doesn't really do anything, really. So, I do like how she actually does stuff in this series. Anyways, moving on. Ken. Honestly, I have to say, he probably has one of the best character developments in the history of Digimon, only outclassed by one person, in my opinion, but we'll get to that later in another review. But he does have one of the best character developments, and I mean, he starts out as the Digimon Emperor, so he's kind of one of the bad guys, and he becomes one of the good guys, obviously. And I love what it takes to get him to like realize, that he wants to change and all that and be one of the good guys. But I mean, the fact that he's a human coming into the digital world to try and take it over and enslave all of the Digimon, it's just like, like that's kind of a step up. It's like that's a turn, like we haven't had a villain like that before. Well, I mean, we had villains trying to take over the digital world, but this is a human doing it, and I kind of like that he thinks it's all just a game, like a video game, and I also kind of don't, because of how long it takes him to figure that out. I don't like it because of how long it takes him to figure it out. You would think, upon realizing that the Digimon were in the human world, and he does, look at their Digivolve forms in the human world, before figuring out that it's not fake, it's actually very real. It's like, I don't know, that just bugs me. I think it would have been better if he kind of figured out they were real sooner, or if he knew the Digimon were real living beings all along, and it took Wormbon dying for him to realize that they weren't just slaves for him. It's like they were more than just data or whatever, but yeah. Those two photos mean one thing. Villains other than Ken. Let's talk about the villains other than the Digimon Emperor, and one thing I will give Digimon Season 1 credit for, really, when compared to this one, is that it had way better villains. Arukenimon and Mummymon are kind of like disappointing, and Black War Greymon, though is a really good villain, I wouldn't exactly say, well, fits pretty good in the role of an enemy for the Digidestineds and their Digimon partners. He fits more into the role of an anti-hero, really. So I don't think I really should consider Black War Greymon a villain. He does have the big sacrifice thing, so he kind of redeems himself for all of his past actions there. And do I even need to say anything about Obadiah, however you pronounce his name? Oh, that guy was such a disappointment. And of course, the whole ending, and spoiler, the whole Myotismon is the guy that's been behind all of it all along. You can't just come up with somebody new, somebody actually terrifying. I mean, like, I don't know, somebody that wasn't a big cop-out or a merchandise grab or whatever. So, yeah, I was disappointed with that. What else? Oh, let's talk about a real important moment for Gatomon as a character in this. Wizardmon's reappearance as the ghost probably is one of the most depressing Digimon moments ever. So, yeah, I liked it. I liked that episode. And it really is just a great moment for Gatomon, you know, so reunite with Wizardmon, and it was probably a really good choice in my opinion, especially since he's warns about not having Ken on the team, and the consequences for that, but whatever. Let's move on to something else, like, ooh, I don't know, Digivolving. I really do like the concept of armored Digivolving, and I think it's a lot cooler than regular Digivolving. So, yeah, that's a good thing. I do like how it calls back to the first season again with the crests being, you know, the courage, friendship, and all that being the Digi-Egg of courage and the Digi-Egg of friendship and all that. So, I really did enjoy that. And I was disappointed we only really got to see Magnamon only towards the end of one episode and throughout another, so I really wish the golden Digi eggs would have been touched on more, like that golden Digi egg, you know, like maybe everybody gets them, but gets one, or so, yeah, that was kind of a disappointment. Anyways, the other form of Digivolving that's touched on in this is, well, everybody remember in the movie when with Omnimon and all that, where War Greymon and Metagroimon evolved together. Yeah, DNA Digivolving. DNA Digivolving's okay for the plot of the show, but that's pretty much it. I mean, like, what they DNA Digivolve into looks cool, but I would have preferred if they touched more on the golden Digi-Eggs. Like maybe they got golden Digi-Egg form, armored forms instead of DNA Digivolving. But I guess it's okay. And it's a concept that was already in Digimon with the whole Omnimon thing, as I said earlier. So, yeah. I guess we move on to music, animation, and I can rate this thing. So, the music is okay in this. Actually, I can enjoy it. Like, even now, I can enjoy most of it. The opening theme song is basically just season 1's theme song. So it's pretty good. So music, yeah, that's alright. The animation is a little bit better than the original series, this previous series. So yeah, but that was obviously gonna happen. So because it's newer and probably got a bigger budget through into it than the first season did. So characters, music, animation. Oh wait, story. Do I even need to talk about the story? I mean, it's Digimon. They just occasionally have a random encounter. Then they have this big overarching villain that they have to face. And, yeah. So, let's move on to rating this. Honestly, I would give it a 3.5 thumbs up. 3.5 thumbs up out of 5. And main reason being, the Myotismon being the guy behind everything the whole entire time that you find out in the ending, that was a cop out. The fact that they never actually do beat Black War Greymon. Really, I mean, sure, they do beat him eventually, but it takes like, what, 3, 4 of them? Like, okay, that's a cop out or whatever. I don't know. So that's just pathetic. So, and other than Ken, the villains aren't really all that good. TK gets too annoying sometimes. So yeah. So really, it all comes down to weak villains, really, and yeah, and a weak ending. So, I mean, what was with that whole like million ways? But yeah, that's the end of the video. Rated it. So, thanks for watching.